The Illuminati placed their phallic bull penis, or its maypole of Baal, in the center of the Vatican, and they used flags around the Washington Monument, exactly like the real maypole, which consists of the red, white, and blue flags. So the Bavarian Illuminati of Germany was created by Adam Weishaupt, and he created it on the pagan day of fertility, May 1st in 1776, which just happens to be the very day of the Pope John Paul's beatification on May 1st in 2011 or 11. So just think, the very ones who issue the papal bull from the father bull are the same exact ones that worship the bull penis and the sex magic of the Vatican on the very day that they worship the maypole. That's the same day that they bless the Pope or father of the place that worships Peter. On the Germanic holiday of the penis pole, the chances are 1 to a zillion. And the Germanic influence on the Vatican goes way back into history. So we see the great cow mother goddess in ancient Greece in the goddess Gaia, the goddess of nature and Mother Nature of Earth. And the goddess Gaia, or Gaia, gives us our word galaxy, which comes from a Latin word that means the Milky Circle, our Milky Way galaxy. So now you'll understand why they have Project Gaia in 2013, where the 3D modeling of the universe will be made by Gaia. And of course NASA has Bella Gaia. And notice that it's on Earth Day, or April 22nd.
Gaia will therefore, over its 5-year lifespan, be able to study 1 billion stars in the Milky Way and beyond, to make the largest and most precise 3-dimensional map of our galaxy.
So the celestial cow mother goddess Gaia gave birth to the galaxy, and her first child was Uranus. And Uranus was also her lover, her husband, her son, and her husband. And they gave birth to the god Saturn, Saturn L. Saturn grew up to dethrone his father and castrated him to become the king. And when his son Zeus, or Jupiter, grew up, he dethroned his father Saturn, and Zeus, or Jupiter, became the new king of the throne. And so the Pope sits on the throne, representing the Word of God. And they wear the capes that have been drenched in blood, and they wear the red cap of death. And this Roman red cap is the exact same Roman red cap that they used to wear in the old world in the Roman days, where they persecuted and killed and sacrificed Jesus Christ. So Zeus, or Jupiter, is the son of Saturn, or Cronus. And this is why the same etymology for Zeus is the same etymology for the word Jesus. So Jesus is the Son of God, exactly like Zeus is the Son of God. And that's why the Bible tells you that Jesus will come with thunder and lightning, just as the thunder god Thor is the son of Odin, who is God, or Old Saturn L. And you'll notice that he's wearing the red death cape that's been dripped in blood. So Zeus assumed the throne and took over as king and god, and he is the father to his son, which was Apollo, the son of God. And that's why the Bible tells you to honor the son just as the father. So the etymology of Zeus is the same as Jesus, which is the same as Diana. It means two, or dos, the dios, the dia, or the bi, which is the bicycle, the dia, the diagonal, the sliced in half, or 2 halves. And that's exactly why they show Jesus, which is sliced in half red and half white, which is the winter and the summer, the dios. And he wears the red cape of the sacrificed one, the one that will be drenched in blood. Then he will turn to the white ghost and raw eyes and come again and be reborn. So now you know where the sun god got his red cape from, the sun god Apollo and his red cape. And the lightning bolt is the symbol of the Z, which is why Zeus begins with the letter Z, and his symbol is the lightning bolt. And Zeus is also known for his other symbol, which is the eagle, the sacred eagle of Zeus. And that's why the Illuminati uses the symbol of the eagle for America, which is the same symbol they used for Germany. The same symbol that comes from ancient Rome, the eagle. And we have the lightning bolt symbol, which is the runic symbol of the sun, which is the Nazi symbol of the sun, and the influence of Nazi in America. And Americans make the royal salute exactly like the Germans make the royal salute of the High L Hitler, which is the salute of the ancient Romans. And of course the word salute comes from Sal the sun and Ut the sun, which are the legions of the sun god, religion. And that's why they tell us that we have salvation in God's Son. Which is why the Nazi symbol of the swastika is the symbol of the sun. And notice the black sun of Saturn, the black cube of Saturnel and the sun. So now you'll understand why the Son of Man, or Manson, had the symbol of the swastika, the symbol of the sun. So Hitler was born in the month of Fools on April 20th, 1889, which is the first day of the Taurus Bull, 420, and 42 is the magic cube of Saturn. So Hitler was married to Eva, as in the goddess Eve. And his name is Adolf, and her name is Eva, which is Adam and Eve. And Hitler's connection to the occult world is well documented. So let's take a look at the moon witchcraft of Hitler. He sacrificed his lover on the slice of the first quarter moon, the exact first quarter moon phase on his first communion. And the Illuminati used a last quarter moon phase on September 11th. And 4 of Hitler's siblings died in infancy. Hitler's brother Odo was killed just after 3 days of birth. And his sister Ida was killed on a full moon. And his brother Gustav was born on the night of the black moon and then died on a last quarter moon. And Hitler's younger brother Edmund died on the night of the black moon of death in 1900. And Hitler's own mother was sacrificed on the winter solstice on a full moon. And Heinz Hitler also died on the night of the first quarter moon. And the famous Mein Kampf was released on the night of the black moon in 1925. And on June 22nd in 1941, Hitler attacked the Soviet Union on the night of the black moon. And of course Hitler became Chancellor of Germany on the night of the black moon. And would you believe that Hitler died on the night of Beltane, April 30th, the eve of May 1st, the pagan Germanic festival of May Day. And that's exactly why Germany has the maypole, or the obelisk. So in 1945, the world's most wanted man, Hitler, was taken care of and killed, and they announced it to the world on the 1st of May, May Day. And the Nazi SS is also known as the Double Z, or the 66, or the 666. And you can find the code of 66 throughout the world. From religions to Hollywood and even inside of our computers, the 66 is indicative of the United States in Route 66 as well. And of course, the 66 is the magic sun square of the 6 by 6, which is 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. when the sun sets and rises. So 66 years ago, they captured the world's most evil man, Hitler, and then 66 years later from that date, on the exact date, they caught Osama bin Laden on May 1st, which is the exact day that they announced to the world that Hitler was caught. And the Illuminati president sat there and lied to the American people with a straight face. And by the way, May 1st, 2011 was the night of the Black Moon of Death.
Good evening. Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children. It was nearly 10 years ago that a bright September day was darkened by the worst attack on the American people in our history. The images of 9/11 are seared into our national memory.
And of course, we have the Illuminati numerology of 10 years, the anniversary.
Hello, very good evening to you. President Barack Obama has said tonight that the White House will not be releasing photographs of Osama bin Laden's body. Officials fear they're simply too gruesome and they could trigger reprisals against United States personnel around the world.
Earlier this evening, the White House spokesman Jay Carney gave more details about how they verified that it was Osama bin Laden who'd been killed.
The President was asked, well, he said that they were discussing when bin Laden's body was taken out of the compound. The President was asked about how they knew it was him. And he said, when they landed, we had very strong confirmation at that point that it was him. Photographs had been taken. Facial analysis indicated that, in fact, it was him. We hadn't yet done DNA testing, but at that point we were 95% sure. Question, did you see the pictures? The President, yes. Question, what was your reaction when you saw them? The President, it was him.
And in 1945, the Illuminati also had no body to show the public for Hitler. So just like Hitler, the Illuminati could not produce a body of bin Laden because there wasn't one. And the demand for proof of bin Laden's body and death was so great that they had to make it up.
This morning, photographs emerging of what is believed to be his dead body. We should warn you, these may be distressing for you to look at, but joining me in the studio to discuss if we are actually looking at the dead body of Osama bin Laden, our Foreign Affairs Editor Tim Marshall and security expert Bob Ayres. Bob, just before we see the actual picture, the reason for the confirmation, or how the Americans will confirm the confirmation, is through what's called facial recognition?
Well, they're using facial recognition to make an initial identification. They'll use DNA to confirm that.
Okay, well let's have the comparison picture. Let's see the picture that is being released. This is the picture that is being claimed is Osama bin Laden.
And I can tell you right now that this fake picture that they released of Osama bin Laden is 100% faked. Welcome to the world of Photoshop. I have been a graphic artist for the last 10 years, and I can tell you this is the exact same photo. I laid the mouth over one another, and they are exactly the same. You can see the overlay. They match up exactly. And it's funny that Hitler died in a bunker, which is like a cave, and Osama bin Laden, the man from the cave, died in a bunker also. And they were both shot in the head. So the Illuminati had their ritual sacrifice for May Day. And of course, the sacrifice came after the wedding of the royal family of William and Kate. And they got married on the eve of Beltane. Beltane marks the time of the year when the horned one mates with the